My question for you, gentlemen, is what is the point in learning to spot red flags when even if you find and get a good woman, she is incapable of commitment and loyalty?
Women run from submittance. In relationships, let me say this. Men commit in relationships. A woman cannot commit in a relationship. I don't care. Oh, she won't commit. She broke her commitment. She broke her commitment. She never was committed, bro. They can't. When a man commits to a relationship or a marriage with a woman, he does that in thoughts that it is forever. When a woman submits, she does that in thoughts that this is awesome. And he's awesome. And I love this. And I'm getting what I want. As soon as that stops, she's like, I'm not happy. And she fucking leaves. She will tear your whole family and legacy apart, bro.
In this video, you'll learn how to spot red flags, but you'll learn something much more valuable, which is how to live a life of meaning and purpose and fulfillment without a woman in it.
Omar listening.
Today, my talk is about 7 opportunities for screening out women whom you might otherwise allow to enter your life, romantically speaking.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
If you're the average man, that might seem like a strange concept. It is not something that most parents teach. In fact, most parents, if they teach their sons anything at all about sexual survival, just tell them what they must do to attract women and to take care of them.
No. Wait.
Not how to cull out undesirables or how to take care of themselves once they are involved. PUAs and sexual gamers put you almost exclusively on the same path as your parents. And for those who are insecure enough to have blind gynocentrism and life on your knees shape the core of their identity, PUAs and gamers may actually have some good advice. With that, let's take the road less traveled for just a few minutes and talk about deal breakers with the duds out there. There are plenty of them. We will start with things women communicate to you early on, right after meeting you. If any of the following comes out of her mouth at the earliest stages of getting to know each other, she is telling you that if you stay around, you're an idiot. This is where you get to pay heed to something you've been badgered with all your life. That is, listen to the woman. And buddy, listen closely. She's telling you something every time she talks. She says nothing meaningless and never will. The only question is whether you will be smart enough to actually listen. Okay, let's do this thing. Here are 7 early deal breakers for someone you think you might want to be with. 1, she asks you what kind of car you drive. Guys, she doesn't know jack shit about cars. She's just sizing you up financially. Ditch the bitch. And look, I get it. All women size up men financially. It's part of the human condition. But a more sensible woman will get to know you and will want to get to know you before being concerned about what you drive. She will be patient, knowing that she will figure out along the way whether you're provider material. That's a problem too, but it doesn't have to be a deal breaker this early on. However, if she's brazen enough to be that transparent, then do a U-turn and put her in the rear view. Pat yourself on the back as she fades out of sight. 2, she asks you how much money you make. You should respond to this question with, I don't know, how much do you cost? Seriously, guys, only a money-grubbing skank asks you how much money you make before she knows your middle name. Besides, smarter women will just ask you what you do for a living. It's the same question, but at least it shows some intelligence and tact. Perhaps she's smart enough that she can be trained or educated out of her hypergamy. Anything is possible. Now, down the road, if you're serious about each other and are discussing the possibility of sharing life as a team, then both of you having your financial cards on the table may be a good idea. But early on, this question only means one thing. What can I get out of you? Kick her to the curb and call next. 3, she asks if you want to have children. Not with her, you don't. Besides being a big giveaway for her being a woman who is already calculating child support, it is also the first hint that she lives on Cluster B Street near the corner of Borderline Avenue. No one, and I repeat, no one in their right mind starts talking reproduction in the first conversation. Some women, particularly older ones who feel their use-by date slipping into history, will be more prone to this. Don't excuse them. It is not your fault that they ran off all the potentially decent fathers while they were sexually viable. Don't let them trick you into the quick knock-up and court-ordered child support. They have been single all these years for a reason. You don't need to spend time figuring out what it is to know that your attention is better placed more on women who are interested in you instead of your sperm. 4. She asks what you want in a woman. Yeah, right. Besides this being nauseatingly cliche, let's go ahead and translate this turd of a question into what it really means. Tell me how I have to act to make you fall for me, even if it looks nothing like I will actually be in a relationship with you. The best suggestion I can make is that when a woman asks you what you want in a woman, tell her your penis. If she tries to take you up on it, run like hell. Or, if you're feeling really adventurous, tell her you want a woman who gives good head, doesn't talk too much, and turns into a pizza and a six-pack at midnight. She probably won't be insulted, and if she is, she won't act like it because she's already established that she's a shapeshifter that is just looking for a clue as to what shape to take in order to sink a hook in you. Number 5, she spends the better part of her first date telling you what assholes her exes were. Well, this is like asking you what kind of car you drive, how much money you make, if you want children, and what you want in a woman in one breath. And you should get it in your head right away. If you start seeing this one regularly, she will annoy you by playing chronic victim so much that she brings out the worst in you. Then she will use that to tell some other schmuck a year from now on her first date with him what an asshole you were to her. This is not a probability. It is not even a likelihood. It is so certain that Michio Kaku could express it on a chalkboard with deadly accuracy. Do yourself a favor. Push the jettison button on this one with extreme prejudice. Tell her you'd like to see her more, but the demands of making snuff movies keep you busy. Ask her how much money she makes, what kind of car she drives, and by the way, can she pick up the check for dinner? Pick your nose and study the results at the end of your finger over your plate of risotto. Just do what it takes to make her lose interest. Hell, tell her you're an MRA if you have to. 6. At any time during her first 100 hours of talking, she says the words, "I don't need a man." The hell she doesn't. In fact, she needs men much more than the women who are secure enough to not need a man and secure enough that they don't have to blurt it out like a butt-hurt welfare tramp trying to make herself look less of a leech. Women who brag about not needing men are the neediest women on the planet. They need men for money, for enabling delusions, for the repair of anything that has moving parts, for someone to blame when they don't want to own their shit, which is pretty much any time they are conscious. They need men for all the wrong reasons and none of the right ones, like a partnership, love, and a sense of belonging. Like I said, listen to the woman. If she doesn't need a man, and she feels a need to remind you of that before she knows anything about you, listen to her. Then check your junk. Then take the appropriate action and 86 the bitch like she could transmit an STD with her breath. 7. She tells you she's a feminist. If I have to explain this, forget everything I've said in this video so far and rub your scrotum with meat tenderizer so the blade won't have to work so hard. I can't stand the thought of that, so let's just leave that one right there. Guys, at least some of these 7 points were intended to be humorous, even if there was some very real truth in all of them. The point here, though, is to let men know that approaching women with the idea that you will take whoever will take you is for PUAs, gamers, and other losers.
You're goddamn right.
An attitude of scarcity and insecurity leads to really shitty relationships with really shitty women. Treat yourself better than that. Explore what she has to offer aside from her looks and her needs. If your investigation into that puts her off, then make that number 8 on your list and call it a day. As an activist, I get emails all the time from men in trouble. All of it. Seriously, I mean all of it. Going back to women they chose to invest in. I'll wager that none of them ever considered early on that they had to hold those women to any standards.
Why would you do that?
Like most men, they were just happy that someone they were attracted to wanted to be with them. Now look at them. Don't be that guy.
Thank you, Dr. Elam. In the context of dating, in order to find a girlfriend or, God forbid, a wife...
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
That is fantastic advice. However, even a man that follows your advice to the letter and filters out all the quote-unquote wrong women until he finds a quote-unquote good one hasn't avoided becoming that guy. Oh, shit. The wisdom of MGTOW 2025 tells us that once he settles down into a long-term relationship which involves living together, the odds are astronomically high. In other words, it's a near certainty that he will eventually become that guy anyway, even if he finds a quote-unquote good woman.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Why? Because of the aspect of female nature that Karen from the Happy Wife School exposes here.
If marital sex is all about trust, connection, and respect from the woman's perspective, how is it that a married woman can cut off sex with her husband, the father of their children, and then enter into an affair with a married man?
Don't tell me you're innocent. Because it insults my intelligence.
So, in answering the question, this is the story we tell the world, that for us as women, sex is about trust, connection, and respect. It's a lie.
Correct. Thank you.
Good men don't know any better. Sex is a tool we use to get what we want as women.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
And we will abandon our responsibilities, abandon our marriage, the man we say we love the most, and go run off with someone who has no connection or respect for us, and there's no trust there. So that's just a story. The reason we cut off sex is because we marry for the wrong reasons.
You don't say.
We cut off sex because we got married to be taken care of, and the unrealistic expectation that our husbands are supposed to make us happy.
Erroneous! Erroneous! Erroneous on both counts.
When men can't live up to our ridiculous expectations, standards, and the ever-moving goalposts of our demands,
I must go to America to protect her.
We cut off sex as a punishment and withholding from you because of the hurt we feel you are doing to us in our emotional delusion.
We traced the call. It's coming from inside the house. Do you hear me? It's coming from inside the house.
That we're so unhappy and thinking you're the cause of our unhappiness when you're not.
Can you say that again? Just the way you said it.
That we're so unhappy and thinking you're the cause of our unhappiness when you're not. When you're not. When you're not.
Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
What we understand here that most of the red pill community doesn't is that even a quote-unquote good woman will turn into a quote-unquote bad woman once you hand over your balls to her.
Here, just take my balls.
By committing to her long-term and thus enabling her to use sex as a weapon to control you.
She took your ball!
In short, the whole idea of romantic love that men fall for when they commit to one woman as though possessing her is going to bring you some kind of meaning and fulfillment is a scam.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's a scam perpetrated by our gynocentric society on behalf of women who don't have a romantic bone in their bodies.
I'm sorry, what?
Because a woman's love is 100% transactional.
Facts.
She never loves you, she only ever loves what you provide.
These ain't opinions. These are facts.
But these same women are more than happy to use the fact that men are conditioned to believe that women are romantic and respond to romantic gestures to trap men into a life of indentured servitude, commonly known as happy wife, happy life. Where the man's entire reason for being becomes trying to do the impossible, trying to make a woman happy.
Erroneous! Erroneous! Erroneous on both counts.
And avoiding her disapproval and punishment for your inevitable failure.
What the actual fuck were you thinking?
Forget the 50% of marriages that end in divorce. They're the lucky ones. It's the other 49% that soon become a miserable, sexless, up at dawn, eggshell walking, ball busting, criticism cascading, pride swallowing siege that makes MGTOW 2025 the only winning move.
Let me ask you something. If the rule you followed brought you to this, of what use was the rule?
Unless you're dumb enough to risk a miserable sexless marriage and or a brutal, financially devastating divorce grape on the 1% chance you find yourself a unicorn woman who's transcended her female nature and ascended to sainthood, then you need to kill the little mommy's boy inside you that desperately believes in the romantic myth of finding the quote-unquote one. Because it desperately believes the quote-unquote one will give it the unconditional mother love it never quite got from your mom.
Kill the boy, Jon Snow. Winter is almost upon us. Kill the boy. And let the man be born.
In other words, you need to abandon the very idea of getting into a long-term live-in relationship with a woman.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Situationships, friends with benefits, or fuck buddies is totally fine. Anything where there is no commitment on your part and she doesn't even know where you live because you always clap cheeks at her place is perfectly acceptable. Because in that scenario, you hold all the power and she has no control over you. So she's simply incapable of running and therefore eventually ruining your life.
Oh my God. I get it.
In the simplest terms possible, the only wise approach to women, the only winning move in the dating game is A, the MGTOW 2025 approach, which is to replace them entirely by finding your why and reinventing yourself as a man who lives a rich, meaningful, and fulfilling life of adventure.
Yes! Yes!
Make it so.
Click the link in the description to find out more about that option, or B, the approach taken by Chads and Tyrones, the guys who get all the pussy with none of the pain. And that is fool 'em, fuck 'em, and forget 'em.
Yeah, boy.
The benefit of the MGTOW 2025 approach is that once you become a man that is so fulfilled and alive with the sense of adventure that you don't even think about women anymore.
I'm sorry, what?
you'll have women throwing themselves at you because you'll give off that easy come, easy go abundance vibe that Chad gives off.
Yes.
And so if at that point you meet a sexy woman that you fancy taking to Pound Town, instead of being reduced to acting like a thirsty simp who's ready to jump through 100 of her hoops and empty your wallet just to secure your place as her indentured servant, you'll have the take it or leave it abundance mindset that empowers you to fool her, fuck her, and forget her, just like Chad does.
She belongs to the streets. Percocet, Miley Percocet.
So unless you're already a Chad, there really is only one wise approach to dealing with women. There is only one winning move in the dating game. And that, my brothers, is MGTOW 2025. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more videos just like this. And also share the video with any men you know to spread the word. MGTOW has evolved, and with MGTOW 2025, we're bringing an end to the gynocracy, one empowered man at a time.
You gotta stay focused on chasing the purpose. Can't worry about the 304s. Can't worry about why she got a boyfriend, why she married, why she rejected you, why she not trying to text you, why she not trying to give you the sweet water because, why she not going down on you, why she not looking at you, why she not calling you. You can't even worry, why she not setting up the date with you, why she not following through. You can't worry about that. You have to worry about the other things that's going on in your life, G. You have to worry about the other thing. You have to serve the other things, bro. Because when you serve the other things, your life will be much more abundant. When you serve the gym, when you serve yourself, you feel what I'm saying? When you serve in self-improvement, you feel what I'm saying? When you serving you want your mindset and your mental to get better. You want your relationship with the Most High to get better. Feel me? Everything is around you is going to get it better. You're going to improve your life because you're in that lightness. You're not in that darkness.
God, we should walk away from this.
Hold on. If I were to do this, if I even could do it, I'd need a guarantee. How do I know you can deliver?
You don't. But I can. So, do you want to take a leap of faith? Or become an old man filled with regret, waiting to die alone?